I had a lot of money at the time too. I was just doing the wrong things with my money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess God wanted me to live. You feel me? And he knows that I'm a mouthpiece to the world.
Yeah, boy! You know you've seen Flava Flav on the scene if you ever remember hearing that line or seeing a little guy wearing a huge clock around his neck. He is one of the most prominent rappers in the industry and has been around since 1985, when some of your current favorite rappers weren't even born yet. He had a successful career when he was part of Public Enemy, and his success continued when he decided to go into TV and film. But he disappeared from the entertainment scene after multiple allegations were laid against him, and not much has been heard about him lately. So what really happened to Flava Flav? And is he going to be returning soon?
Yo, don't do that. You grab my dick, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face, and we gonna be fighting right here on this motherfucking stage. Don't you even try it, G. And if you wanna be friends with, all right, I'm dead serious, G. I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face, fam.
Flava Flav's rise to fame. Flava Flav was born in Roosevelt, New York, and grew up in Freeport, a few communities away from the town of Hampstead. The area was an affluent neighborhood, but Flava, whose real name is Drayton, wasn't born into wealth. He was the cousin of rappers Old Dirty Bastard, GZA, and RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. It's easy to say talent and excellence ran in the family's blood. It was only a matter of time before Drayton would get his time to shine. When he was 5, he taught himself to play the piano and joined his church's youth choir as an instrumentalist to play the drums and guitar. Flav first turned to a life of crime before entering the rap game, and it would seem like he never left that world behind. Before dropping out of school in the 11th grade, Flava Flav was in and out of jail for a number of robberies. He didn't get into music after dropping out of high school. He first managed to get into Adelphi University on Long Island, where he met Carlton Ridenhour, who would later become Chuck D. Flav even attended culinary school for a short while before getting into college. After meeting Chuck D, they worked together on Chuck's hip-hop college radio show and rapped together. It was around this time they realized they would have a shot in the rap game if they ever decided to try it, and they were not wrong. Dayton used to spray paint graffiti signing his pieces as Flava Flav, so when it came time to get a stage name, this is how the legend was born. In 1985, Flava Flav and Chuck D co-founded a group called Public Enemy, and Flava Flav was the hype man. A year later, they released their first song called Public Enemy 1, and the body of work was so great that it got the attention of Def Jam Records CEO, Rick Rubin. Rick set up a meeting with the group and he had plans to separate them. But Chuck D insisted that he be signed with Flava Flav.
Public Enemy changed everything about Black America. Everything. They made Farrakhan popular. They helped make the Million Man March. They put red, black, and green around necks instead of chains. They did everything. They were amazing.
DMC played us a song, but it was only like a minute-long version of the song Public Enemy #1, and that was his radio show theme.
I told you my gun was my Uzi with the something, cause I'm Public Enemy #1.
And then eventually, after badgering them, after months, finally, they came in and they said, okay, we're ready to do this, but it's not Chuck D, it's Public Enemy. The hip-hop version of The Clash. Here's Professor Griff, here's Flava Flav, here's Hank, here's the Bomb Squad. We're gonna have the S1Ws. They had the whole thing planned out. And I said, anything you want to do, it's fine. Any way you want to do it.
Flava Flav was loved by fans of Public Enemy because of his personality and ability to bring life to any performance with a huge clock necklace and style for days. However, he was hated by inner workers of the record label because they assumed he was too goofy for a group that was supposed to be politically challenging. They wanted Flava Flav to tone down his playful nature so he could be taken seriously. But he didn't take them seriously and went on to keep doing what he pleased. Flav decided to take a hiatus from music and explore television, and that was when he got his own reality show. He first featured on VH1 The Surreal Love, where he met Bridget Nielsen. Their love story was cheeky and strange, mostly because Nielsen had a partner. But Nielsen and Flava went on to feature in their own VH1 show called Strange Love, which showed their lives as they traveled the world together. Immediately after the show, the couple broke up and Nielsen went back to her fiance. Flava Flav then went on to start his own reality show called Flavor of Love, where he was on a journey to find love, and the show had the highest ratings for a non-sport TV show.
Okay, that's a real life show that I fell in love with Bridget on, right? That show was #1. Then they gave me and Bridget our own show, Strange Love. Strange Love 1 was #1. Then we did Strange Love 2. It was #1. Then we did Strange Love 3, which was #1. Then when Bridget went back to Italy to be with her family, then my producers asked me, they said, well, Flav,
you're printing money, Flav.
what are you going to do for Love Now? I said, I don't know. They said, well, do you watch The Bachelor? I said, I heard of it, but I've never really watched it. They said, great. They said, we're going to put you in a house with 25 girls, Flav, and you just got to just narrow it down to 1. So I'm like, okay, let me see how this works. After Flavor of Love 1, which was #1.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
There's got to be a level up above
Then we shot
#1.
Flavor of Love 2. And Flavor of Love 2 was my biggest season because they put me in a house with 25 more girls and I narrowed it all the way down to 1 and I picked Delicious, right? And that was my biggest season. I ended up bringing VH1 its most viewers ever in its history. 7.5 million viewers.
Wow.
And VH1 has never ever seen those numbers ever again as we sit here and speak. So I still hold the record right now at VH1.
Damn.
But that show was #1. Then we did Flavor of Love 3. And Flavor of Love 3 was a #1 show. So when I left VH1, I left VH1 at #1.
Criminal history. Despite having a successful show and spin-offs based on Flav's love life, the rapper didn't seem to have much love in his heart. Flava Flav fathered 8 children with different women, but almost never fit into the role of a father. He was only looking out for the children with his baby mamas, who were still cool with him, and apparently that was almost none. At some point, one of his children was struggling with homelessness while Flava Flav was doing his reality show. A rich father with an almost homeless child. The rapper's baby mamas had to drag him to court multiple times to pay child support.
Rapper Flava Flav is in legal trouble here in the Valley. He was arrested earlier this month for a domestic violence incident. That is according to TMZ. It cites the criminal complaint that indicates Flav poked his fingers at the victim's nose, grabbed her, threw her down, and then grabbed her phone out of her hand. His attorney says that there are 2 sides to the story and they will, quote, explain it to the judge and not the media.
Whatever his part of the story was, he was charged with domestic violence and paid $640 in fines, but didn't serve any jail time. This would be his most recent run-in with the law for domestic violence charges, but was not his only offense, as he had been charged with similar crimes in the past.
I was spending $2,400 to $2,600 a day for 6 years straight. You do the math. And that's how much I spent on drugs.
In 1991, Flav was arrested for hitting his girlfriend at the time, Karen Ross, and served 30 days in jail. 2 years after that, he was charged for assault and attempted murder on his neighbor. He was deep into alcohol, cocaine, and marijuana, and his family had to do an intervention.
You had an incident where you shot at your neighbor. And you were charged with attempted murder.
Drugs. Drugs. Going back to drugs, yeah.
So you actually pulled out a gun and started shooting at your neighbor.
Hey, check this out. One thing about me, and this is the reason why right now that I don't carry a gun today, is because I'm a very cocky motherfucker with a gun. I will dare you to do it so I can have a reason to shoot your ass.
Flava Flav went to rehab twice to try to recover. In 2012, he was arrested for assaulting his baby mama, Elizabeth Trujillo, and threatening to stab their child with a knife. Flava Flav seems to be a violent person and seems to stem from drugs and alcohol.
I was like, yo, man, if you in front of my gun, by the time I count to 3, I'll shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. I said 1, he was still standing there. I said 2, he was still standing there. I said 3, pow, he was gone.
Where's Flav now? Flava Flav has been on hiatus from the entire entertainment industry, and in 2020, his label announced they were dropping him from Public Enemy. The rapper released a statement saying he wasn't going to accept the verdict because he and Chuck D started the group, and they were partners, so he couldn't be dropped from the group. Chuck D also released a statement agreeing with Flav and saying that the talk of dropping him was just a hoax.
Public Enemy is only Public Enemy when myself and Chuck D is together. But when Chuck D is by himself, he's not Public Enemy. When I'm by myself, I'm not Public Enemy. Chuck doesn't own the whole group by himself. He owns it along with me. So he can't fire me, and I can't fire him. If anything, the only thing he could do is refuse to perform with me, and that's about it.
Flav said he wasn't in on the hoax and wasn't going to be part of those kind of gangs. Although he and Chuck D haven't released any songs for a while, Flava Flav continued to be featured in other artists' songs and has been in and out of the news for getting in trouble with the cops and paying fines.
What's going on, man?
We feel like you should get help, some type of, whether that's going to rehab, talking to somebody professionally. So either you're going to come with us or
we gonna take you.
Or we going to have to take you.
I love y'all. Appreciate what you're saying.
We tried to address the situation back at the house. One thing you gotta understand is that drinking has affected family life, and now you have revealed that it's affected your health now.
Your health is in danger now, so now we need to take the necessary precautions to get your health out of the red zone.
If you don't want to take it serious for yourself, is you gonna at least take it serious for us? Because we asking you. You feel me? As your kids, we asking you.
You don't want to be here to continue living life with us. You just care about yourself.
One thing about your dad, he does not fail the family.
If you don't do this, you gonna fail us.
The artist has gone to rehab to deal with his drug issues and seems to be recovering well. Flava Flav is still not on good terms with most of his baby mamas, and that kind of extends to his children. He is working towards building a relationship with his children as he hung out with them on Father's Day in 2021 to celebrate his sobriety. The rapper is working towards a career in education currently. It may not be permanent, but he has made strides towards getting to the field by lecturing at Harvard. He may have a rough past, but we can't forget that he has a bachelor's degree and can actually be in those kinds of spaces. He taught a class about hip-hop and seemed quite passionate about the topic.
Well, new at 6, hip-hop star Flava Flav is taking over a class at Harvard University. He's teaching students about the roots of hip-hop.
And life lessons that he's learned along his career in the industry.
But most importantly, it seems like Flava Flav may be returning to music. He has come back together with Chuck D, though they never really separated, and they are working towards releasing an album after many years. With the current AI wave with big corporations creating software that can duplicate artists, Public Enemy wants to take advantage of the opportunity. Duo are planning to release an entire album with AI, and it will be available in over 27 languages. Flava Flav got the idea from the students he taught at Harvard, and Chuck D saw it as a great opportunity when Flav was blowing up again. Flava Flav is planning a major comeback, and contrary to what people thought, multiple drugs and domestic assault charges can't ruin the man's career. He is still beloved by a nation of loyal fans, and his entire persona has changed since getting off alcohol and crack. His family loves him, and it's evident that Flav has taken some serious time to get his priorities straight.
I had a good time here at Harvard. You know what I'm saying? Nice to meet all of y'all in the whole nine. So what I'm going to do is something special that I don't do. I know one thing. This clock better be somewhere where I can see it. You know why? Because I'm going to take this clock right here off of my neck. I'm going to donate it to you guys. Oh, man. Hey.
We've come to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it and want to see more, check out these other videos. Please help us out by liking, sharing, and of course, subscribe to our channel to get more of our content into your feed. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.